what's up, North County? I'm your host, Randy Doty, and today we are talking all things Atascadero. We've got Stephen Fagan in here with the Atascadero Chamber, and he brought a guest with us today, but we're going to learn about what's happening in the Atascadero Chamber. Stephen, thanks for coming in.
Randy, thanks for having me. Good morning. It's always a pleasure to be here on What's Up North County. It's one of my favorite places to sit.
Awesome.
I gotta say, man,
you're looking all ready for the fair.
Yeah, I'm faired up. I'm fit right. I'm looking to look good and feel good down there at the Mid-State this year. I'm a regular down there at Jimmy's, so I'll see you all down there. We got some great lineups down at the fair, and so yeah, it's just that time of year to start getting in that time of year to just get in the mood for fair.
Awesome. Well, cool. Well, who'd you bring with you today?
Well, it's funny that you should ask because it's kind of a two-part question. What's going on at the chamber, right? It's Women of Influence. My friend Jenn here was nominated last year as Women of Influence for North County, trying to get a feel for who's going to be the applicant for the award this year. And so I say wink is the number one thing in the sights of the chamber right now. And so I thought it would be kind of fun to bring on a woman who knows a little bit about what it's like to be nominated to be a part of the chamber. She's also a chamber member, and also ties into the fair as well. So I kind of tried to shoot it on all three fronts here. Jenn also owns Behind the Barn, Tack and Consignment here in Atascadero, and it's fair season, everybody. And so if you're looking to look this good, I don't know if you can see it, but I mean this shirt looks like $1 million, and I believe me, it was not.
Well, so Stephen, real quick, so tell me a little bit about the chamber and what do you guys focus mainly on? Is it business development, cultivating? What is your guys' main focus with the Atascadero Chamber?
Oh man, you know what? All those things, but here's my spiel these days. Visibility and recognition, Randy. That's what I focus on as the membership engagement manager. I've got two goals: visibility for my member businesses and recognition for what their staff and their teams are doing within our community. Because I find all businesses usually need a healthy balance of both. They need some visibility for whatever they got going on, whether it's food and beverage, or whether it's finance, insurance, retail. We have all sorts of businesses that are part of the chamber, but all of them need visibility for their brand, right? That's kind of part of that marketing-esque tone that the chamber brings with the investment. And but also, like I said, the recognition, right? It's fun to go around and toot the horn of our members, if you will. We have so many amazing businesses that are reaching milestones, whether it's 1 year anniversary like the Refillery in downtown Atascadero. She just hit 1 year. And we also have businesses that are celebrating big moves. Specs by Kyla just made an amazing move onto the front of El Camino, across from the Carlton. And so it's I want to say there's things to celebrate, and the chamber does a great job of bringing that recognition to the celebration. And it's important in a community that we celebrate together, because as we go through the ups and downs of this economy, it's super important, Randy, more so than ever, that we have that sense of being a good neighbor and checking on your neighbor and seeing how they're doing. And you know what, Randy, right now Atascadero's doing great. We have a lot of new businesses coming in, including restaurants. Haven't visited yet. It's a little hard to get in right now. I was going to wait for the line to die down, maybe come less around the block. But it's one of those things where, as the membership engagement manager, I have a lot of fun going around and, like I said, tooting the horn of our members.
Well, you get the cool position with the Atascadero Chamber. You get to go down there and rub shoulders with all these business owners, and you get to be the first guy that gets to learn about the new business in town.
Yeah, you know what? I've been called many things in my life, but the membership engagement manager is probably the one I'm most proud of, Randy, just because, like you said, it is the coolest job in town. I just get to go around and make friends, bond relationships, build connections, create networking opportunities for people. We are self-driven, entrepreneur spirited, and they have something to give back, and they're willing to teach to those who will listen. And that's something that's becoming rare. And so to be a part of something like Wink, and to be a part of the planning of it and then to see it unfold, the actual event, and it's really fulfilling. And then to be able to be part of that is a great honor.
So that's going on right now. Voting, you can go to the chamber.
Yeah, exactly.
Site,
Go to
right?
the chamber website. It's right there. We made sure to put a banner right, so you don't even have to click anywhere. You'll do want to know why this person deserves it. You're not just going to put somebody's name and press done. There's a series of about 5 questions that are rather detailed. And so what I would suggest, if you really have a heart for nominating somebody, after you nominate them, you solicit nominations from the people in your same group that feel the same way about that person, because they know that person the way you do. And maybe not everybody knows that person that way, and it's time to be recognized for it. So
you guys got quite a few nominations going on right now?
Oh yeah, definitely. And I've got the inside loop of who's on the top of the stack right now. And I think, right now it's going.
Are they worthy?
Oh yeah, definitely. No one would be surprised if this woman that right now is, the nominations are pouring in for her. Yeah.
That's
yeah,
awesome.
Absolutely. But it's early on, and so right now I want to say we have about a dozen, maybe.
Really?
Yeah, a dozen, and like I said, and a few of those dozen have the multiple, right? And that's what really kind of starts to turn the head of the chamber, the staff, the board is a part of that. Obviously, the city's a part of that. We bring in past recipients also to help. So it's a nice, fair, and even panel that makes that decision. But when you have an overwhelming amount of, nominations for one candidate, obviously that's going to kind of, pull you aside from the other ones.
And so, Stephen, what date should people look for the chamber mixer this month?
Oh, you know what? It pains
put
me
you on
to
the
say.
spot?
I know it pains me to say, but like secretly, there's so much going on. I'm relieved. There is no chamber mixer this month. The
Okay.
fair trumps all, Randy.
Okay.
Because of the fair, historically we don't have a lot of attendance at the chamber mixer. And July is the mid of summer. Everybody's trying to get that last trip in before the kids got to go back to school. It's just a time where people are out of the area. They're focused on their families, not building their networks. They're taking their family to the fair. They're taking them out to Lake Tahoe. They're taking them up to Yosemite. That's the thing about the Central Coast that's so cool. You can go to all these amazing places with just in a day's drive. So honestly, whatever people are still in town, they're fair oriented. And so the chamber has made a phenomenal push with the last half a dozen mixers have been tremendously successful. And so we're all licking wounds coming back from this just phenomenal season the chamber's had. It's just been one thing after the next. And so yeah, no chamber mixer this month. But hey, let's all meet there next month, huh? August 18th, everybody. That's going to be at the Atascadero Library with the Friends of the Atascadero Library. Always one of my favorites because you know what? Everybody loves to support the library in our town. We have a beautiful library, and they always have the great connections with food and drink. Everyone wants to support that mixer. And so if you're a chamber member at the chamber and you're hearing this, hit me up. Let's get you in the mixer. Let's do a pop-up for your business and bring visibility to it, because that's really what the mixers are about, right? Bringing visibility to our members. And,
Awesome.
That opportunity is always a fun one.
Well, before we get into the guests that you brought, I want to kind of showcase your jacket that you got there. So, Barn Consinments, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
you guys, this is official professional bull rider PBR. If you don't know, I'm sure if you're watching this show, you probably know better than me. But you guys, what is important is that I got this at Jenn's store at the behind the barn, and it's a piece you can't get anywhere else. And don't get me wrong, I did look it up on eBay, and there is one on there, and I'm gonna let you figure out how much it costs on there. All right?
He's gonna be selling it.
Right?
But for the folks at home, I bought the tag to prove it. I got this fine vest for the $35 American, right down there behind the barn. And for me, I knew it was a steal because it was a wool vest. That was it.
Right.
And it just kind of showcases like some of these amazing finds that are behind the barn. A lot of people have a misconception that it's tack only, that it's all right. But the other thing is she has this amazing collection of vintage Western wear, and there's something about Western wear. Like, let's talk about Carhartt pants. Brand new Carhartt pants are the worst.
$100.
And it's so much nicer to buy them once they're a little bit broken in. When they're all crisp, like cardboard, you got to wash them 6 times before you can wear them. And so there's something about like denims and Western wears that when you can find it when it's a little bit broken in, I don't know, and for half the price or 1/3 the price,
Right.
I'm saying that's the win, especially when it comes to that heavy duty leather. canvas type clothing. I always like a little broken in with a little less, sheen on it, if you will.
Yeah.
Well, so Jen, welcome on.
Thank you.
Behind the Barn Consignments.
Yep.
Western. Tell us the name. 'cause
Yeah,
there's
so we're
multiple
behind the
names to
barn
it.
consignment, tack and supply.
Okay.
We specialize in English and Western for both horse and rider. We carry sizes from youth through adult, pony to draft size. And we have our storefront in Atascadero. We're right on El Camino in the Plaza de Pueblo shopping center. And then seasonally, we have a second location at Paso Robles Horse Park, which is our premier hunter jumper facility here in Paso.
That's great. So Jen, how did you get into this? Because I know, over the years, you've had different things going on. So how did you segue into this?
So like many, I still want to call myself a kid, even though I'm very much not. But I think growing up, we have these aspirations, things we're supposed to do, yada, yada, yada. So I left. I'm originally from San Jose. I've been here for now 20 years, so I've been here longer than I've been in San Jose. So I feel like I'm finally a Slow County resident.
There you go.
I'm very excited about that. And it was actually a school project in high school in my accounting class. We were supposed to come up with this like pretend business plan. And I've always been in the horse industry. So I did mine on making a tack store. And over the years, it just kind of progressed, or I'd find it on my computer and been like, oh, I forgot about this, and update it a little bit. And then I was a teacher. I was a nurse for 7 years. And when COVID hit, I left my previous employer and started working full-time off my ranch. And it got to the point where it was like, if I don't do this now, it might not happen. My daughter was still little, and I just kind of took a risk, and everything was self-funded. I didn't pull out business loans or anything. My customers saw me grow literally from the bottom up. I started very humbly on Traffic Way. For my customers that remember that location or know of it, it was in a pretty much like a cinder block auto body shop that I just turned into a retail store. My landlord was amazing, and he worked with all my shenanigans, and we pretty much outgrew it the first 6 months. It was about 1,500
But
square
that was only
feet.
focusing on tack
No,
supplies.
we still kind of had everything.
Okay.
But it blew up. And when I opened, I adored Lisa. So through Lisa's retirement, I utilized her a lot as a mentor, and picking her brain, asking her questions, stuff like that. Even though our worlds were very different. She was a new retail store. She did have a consignment saddle sales in the back of her store, but I went all in as consignment. So
Interesting.
yeah.
So-
yeah.
So I want to jump forward. So now the plaza that you're in. So
Yep.
can you give me a kind of a geographical location in Atascadero where people can, because there's many plazas.
Absolutely. So we are past Perry's Parcel on El Camino. We are pretty much across the street from O'Reilly's Auto Parts, and the
Okay.
closest exit off 101 would be the Kerberall exit, and then you go north on El Camino, and we'll be on the right side.
And
If you're from Atascadero, you would say next to the old Golden China
Yes,
location.
yes.
Right.
That's what it would
Yep.
be. And everyone would know, oh, the old Golden China
Yep,
location.
yep, we're
Yeah,
right
it's in-
next door.
That's where
Yep.
it's
Okay.
at.
Yep.
And so now you have, as Steven's showing us, you have apparel in there, you have
Yeah.
tack in there, you have home decor in there.
Yeah, we literally have a little bit of everything, and it's really been cool over the years. I don't want to say my customers are trained, but a lot of people know to call me first before they order online, because we might have it, but we don't carry full lines of everything. So if you go into Boot Barn, you'll get, your traditional merch. It'll be 5 smalls, 5 mediums of the same shirt style. Here, we don't. I never get full runs of anything. We don't get full sets of anything. So if you like a piece, like the shirt Steven's wearing, I might never get this shirt in my store again. They're very one-of-a-kind items. And it cracks me up when some of my customers or my consigners call me, "Ooh, Jen, I don't know if you're interested. It's kind of old. They're old vintage pieces." Absolutely bring them by. Because what's really cool in the Western industry right now is vintage is coming in hot again.
Right.
People want the old Garth Brooks, Brooks and Dunn vibe shirts, the old brush hopper button downs with like stripes and bold and just everything's vintage, and I am living for it. Not only
That
are
old
you,
Buck Owens look.
yes, absolutely,
Yeah.
and it's very married right now, even in the community. So I'm getting a lot more people off the street that are not horse people, but they're living it up, whether it's style wise or they're just gardeners and they need new jeans or new boots or a new top. And in the ranch horse world, pretty much right now, even in my barrel racers and my ropers, they want the vintage patterns. They want simplicity. They want the old school snap buttons, the cool old prints, the thinner cotton, not this heavy duty stuff that you're seeing right now in the big markets.
Well, the worst thing that you can do is, it kills me whenever I wear a shirt and somebody else is there with the exact same shirt on.
Right, right.
And it just, I immediately get rid of that shirt.
Yep.
So
Yep.
that shirt's done.
Absolutely.
So it's great to hear of the one unique styles
Yeah,
that
yeah.
that you'll have in your store.
It's really cool. It's really cool. And we've been growing. My biggest focus in the clothing department is growing up my youth section and my men's section. Men historically in the resale world are harder to get on board for whatever reason. And I'm getting a lot more men and young men, high school age, that, need workwear. And if you go to some of these big box stores, it gets expensive really quick for pants or clothing that you're just gonna thrash.
Well,
Especially
Stephen
if
made a
you're
great comment. I
Yeah.
mean, you go to a store to get pants. I mean, you're $100.
easy. It's really crazy. A benefit of our store too is because we are horse centered. Our inseam lengths are a lot longer than what you can find at the traditional stores. So a lot of our jeans that we find at like Target or even some of the lines at some of the other big box stores, the inseams kind of stop at 32. Well, when you're riding, you don't want to look like Steve Urkel. You need that longer inseam. So on average, our lengths are between 34 and 36 lengths. So we have a lot of really good riding length jeans for both children, men, and women.
So with
across
your
the
store,
board.
do you kind of wade in that Western arena
Oh, absolutely.
and try to stay within that?
For yes and no, because you can play a lot with the styles right now. So our store is split in half. So we have one side of the store is all English. So from lesson clothing to show quality clothing, we have that. And tops, we have show tops, hats, and literally everything in between.
So now we got the obviously the California Mid-State Fair is starting today.
Yes.
But then we have the livestock animals and the kids and
Yep.
showing. So are you
Yep.
carrying that hard to find those white pants that
Yes.
the parents seem to
Yes.
one pair for every single day?
Literally. So I carry whites. They're out on the floor right now till the last day of fair. I take whites, tops and bottoms year round because it's just easier to accumulate that pile as far as a store owner. And last year, I think I put my whites away second to the last day of fair, and I got a frantic email from a mama on Instagram or something like, Jen, my son's kid just pooped all over his pants. Like, I'm not buying a brand new pair of whites for him to wear one more time. And I opened the store for her at like 9:00 at night just to save her biscuits. And thank goodness we had his size. But yeah, it's needed. It's
That's awesome.
absolutely needed.
Well, so I'm trying to understand. So your store is a vintage Western new. Do you have new? Do you have
And
new
current,
stuff?
yeah.
Some
So
new
that's what's
stuff as
really
well?
cool about consignment is I'll get in things that are just used, kind of like if you go thrifting or something, there's nothing wrong with them, all the way to someone did an online order and they missed the return window or angers a lot of customers and community members. So they'll just say, screw it and bring it to me. So about maybe a quarter of our inventory is still brand new with tags.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
are these like they're consigners?
They're consigners. Yeah.
Everything in there is a consignment.
Pretty much, yeah. I do offer buyouts. It kind of depends on what the fun money is in the pot at the store. and the need, if something's needed like that. And we just kind of go from there. When the store's full, we get really picky on the inventory coming in. That keeps our quality higher. That's something I really focused on when we moved into the new location. When I first opened the store almost 5 years ago, I just wanted, we needed to fill the store, right? So through cause and effect and learning curves, you figure out what's sellable, what's not, what's the quality that people are looking for in my store versus Craigslist and Marketplace or something like that. So you find, I guess, like what gears you have to shift through to support your clientele.
Because I can't think of any other store like yours.
There's not.
I
It's
mean,
really
there's some
cool.
consignment stores, there's
Yeah.
some, you know,
Yeah.
thrift stores, but I
Some,
mean,
there's a ton, Randy. Holy
Yeah,
moly, we're in an epidemic of resale, and
Yeah.
because honestly, this whole trend of resale and vintage clothing, man, and it's like there's a lot of them.
Yeah.
There's a lot of vintage and resale stores, and Atascadero especially.
Yeah.
I know personally.
I bet.
Well, the
So-
Vintage Market's my favorite.
Oh,
Shout out
yeah,
to
isn't
them.
that a great store?
I love
Uh-huh,
them. They're
yeah.
on El Camino, maybe 2 or 3 businesses down from Whiskey and June's Kitty
Yeah.
Porter to the Carlton Hotel. Amazing curated store. The
Yeah.
owners are lovely.
Yeah,
I've never walked out of there empty-handed with something. It's wild.
Between her store and yours, I would do the majority of my shopping there.
Yeah.
No, and that being said, the first shirt I ever got at her store was brand new.
Yeah.
And it was $75. And
Yeah.
but again, if I would have bought that shirt, you couldn't find that shirt first of all because it was new, but it's still vintage.
Yeah.
And I'm
Yeah.
telling you, I wore that shirt to a big event out in Phoenix. Man,
Yeah.
I killed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got so
So
many
cool.
compliments on it. I was blown away. It's such a great shirt. And so then I was like, all right, I got to keep coming back. And then I got my son like a legitimate buckskin, like Daniel Boone, like Davy Crockett with
remember
the
that.
tassels and everything.
Oh, nice.
And it's real buckskin, man. You can tell somebody made it by hand.
Yeah.
The old tag on it is sewn in. You can see there was like a name on it. Someone had sewn their own tag. It's completely handmade. You'd
So
never be
cool.
able to find one anywhere. I'm telling you, that was the jacket I wanted when I was little so bad
Yeah.
because I loved Davy Crockett. Davy
Now you
Crockett
just
was
need the
super
hat.
big.
Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, it's like there's such a range of different stuff from new to used in there. It makes it just a great place to shop for you, your kids. But like I said, not everybody's got the Western style. But like, look at me, man. I'm the dreadlock cowboy. Like I don't rope, but I can ride. And I've always loved horses and horse culture. Our area is an ag area, ag front
Oh,
area.
1,000%.
absolutely.
And Atascadero has an amazing ag program. And so, I grew up with a bunch of ag kids. And so now I get to, essentially, I have this little bit of like, I don't know what it is, man. I love me a George Jones looking ass shirt. And so that's exactly what this is, man. And there it is. That's my style.
So Jen, since you've opened the new location
Yeah.
on El Camino, how have you been received?
Oh my gosh. It's been overwhelmingly amazing. Just the foot traffic, because we were kind of in the back 40 on Traffic Way. You had to really go out and to seek us. So my customers that were my OGs for the first 2 years, I mean, I appreciate that so much. But now that we're on El Camino, we're quick in between going from the post office and the grocery store. We're right off the highway. My tourist head count of drop-bys, oh my gosh, probably quadrupled. Because we're in a plaza and we have so many amazing businesses in there. People will, like we have a dog groomer a few businesses over. People will drop off their dog, walk through, and vice versa. We have Patch, which is another retail thrift store, kid focused, mama baby, on the opposite corner of where I am. We share customers during the fair. She'll get a little Western rack going for her kids. If they strike out with boots, Elena sends them to me and vice versa. So we have a great working relationship in the plaza. It's been amazing.
So you were mentioning before we went on about the nonprofit
Yeah.
option. And so tell me a little bit about
Yeah,
that.
so when you come on board as a consigner, it's kind of like it's more or less just a paperwork process. But if there's a group or organization or a nonprofit that wants to sign up, anyone could donate items under their account. So Ruby's Purpose, we have From the Heart Animal Sanctuary, Jack's Helping Hand, their Little Riders program, which is based out of Napomo. They serve children with special needs, cancer, any other issues or development disabilities. So the trainers will bring in stuff that was donated, other people can donate onto their account, and then if that program needs anything, needs a new saddle, needs a mounting block, grooming supplies, they have a pot of money that they can use to purchase those items with.
Well,
So-
man, that's a great idea.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's I call it like a revolving account. About 98% of my customers use their consignment account as a fun money account. So, for example, I really like it with the children. Kids are always growing, right? That's why we can't have nice things. They're constantly growing out of things. So, last show season, one of the moms brought back their children's outgrows, boots, breeches, show tops. She was a little English kid. And then maybe a month ago, they had money to start prepping for this show season, which starts at the end of August. And they pretty much fully funded their outfit based on everything that they already sold through my store.
That's awesome.
So, yeah.
So, but you also have more than apparel. So tell me about some of the other items you guys have in the store.
So we fully have all the English and Western tack that you will need, from horse boots, breast collars, bridles, reins, bits, English and Western side. So we can fully outfit you and your horse. If you're not finding anything for your horse, I'm always happy to provide you with measurements, things that you need. Because again, part of like my outreach with the community is, even if you don't find it at my store, even though I would love to sell you things, I want you to be successful with your riding experience, whatever that will be. So
is English big here?
it's really big.
Really?
I think numbers wise, so at my storefront in Atascadero, we're split very 50-50 on sellability. Because I have my other location at Pastoral Bulls Horse Park, we are heavy on sales in the English side, but I think that's just due to that location for sure.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And so then you have your traditional Western side as well.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
tell me about that.
From Western pleasure to trail riding, casual cowboy I call it, all the way to the show world ranch riding, we have a little bit of everything. I also have a really good handful of really cool vintage bits right now. So if they like the full cheek snaffles that are just gorgeous, silver and beautiful, we got those.
And then home decor.
Home decor
I mean,
sprinkled about the store.
All kinds of different
Absolutely.
things. Just unique things.
Yeah, and actually, since I moved to the El Camino location, I'm getting a lot more interior designers coming through, which has been kind of outside.
Buying your
Yes!
items in
I
the
bet
Kind of
to get an
outside
old
of my-
rope to hang on the den,
Yes,
or one of
yeah.
those belts with the you've
Yeah.
got a couple gunslinger belts in there.
Yes, I
you hang that on a
do,
wall
yeah.
with all the bullets across it, and it's a
It's
great way to
super rad.
showcase a pistol.
Yeah,
Right?
it's really
You know,
cool.
it's a great way to
really cool.
showcase
So
a
that was
pistol.
something that was very unexpected that happened when we moved to the larger location. Probably my first month of moving in, a lady called me out of Santa Barbara, interior designer. She was setting up a VRBO for one of her clients, and the theme was cowboy and wine. And I'm like, I got you. We have some really cool pieces in here. She spent money, and not just like, I was excited to sell her all these things. How she curated some of these pieces was amazing. So I try and keep in always a handful of like calf hides to full cow hides in the store. She got this calf hide, which was probably, like a baby calf, and she used it as a table decoration to put a bread bowl on top of. Like little things like that where I would not have thought to use an item that way, because she's coming more or less from a different world with a different eye. So it was really cool. Picked up old vintage ropes. I think a really messed up old cowboy ranch hat, very authentically cowboy. It looked like it went through the ringer, and just really cool pieces where I was like, well,
We got to market that.
I don't know if I'll sell that,
hadn't
but
even
like
thought about that.
she was eating it up because
Yeah.
she had the eye for something like that. And that's something that my store could provide, because you can't go into a big box cowboy store and find pieces like that necessarily without it looking brand new, if that makes sense.
So how has it been working with the Atascadero Chamber and helping to grow your business?
It's been really good. I met Steven probably a year ago when you
Yeah,
first
just about
got
a
on.
year. Yeah, exactly.
And then
Bright-eyed and bushy-tailed.
Yeah, and then we did the mixer in the plaza, which was really good. And then, it's been back and forth on communication. I've been through a few of the chamber mixers and some of the meet and greets and all the other hoopla events, which are so much fun. And then Steven came into the store last week. 2 weeks
Yeah,
ago.
yeah, it was a week ago.
You and your partner, and they were like, okay, let's do a video. And I just gave them free reign of the store, and you guys had your way with it and had a blast.
Yeah, you know what? It's one of my joys to work with people like you, Jen, because
Oh,
you just
thank
let people
you.
take the creative reins, if you will.
Yeah.
And that's what me and Eric did. We went in there, we took the creative reins, and we made a trending reel. And
Yeah.
1 week and 14,000 views later,
Oh,
the
trip.
chamber is sitting on top of its first viral video.
That's
and
awesome.
Yeah,
I want to
really
say
cool.
that. That was really kind of the authentic voice of the chamber being spoken through our Instagram, via her membership in her store. And
Yeah.
it was a lot of fun.
Well, I think it also helps to have that unique store that has those items that, like we were talking before, you're never going to see somebody wear that jacket, that vest anywhere
Right.
that you're longing for
Yeah.
to find.
Right.
That's why, vintage or thrifting or whatever you want to call it
Yeah.
is so popular.
Right.
Because you can find those treasures
Oh yeah.
that have long been gone from the retail side and has been sitting in grandma's home for
Absolutely.
however long it's been.
Absolutely. And really, a lot of these vintage pieces, I'm finding there's nothing wrong with them. They just died in a closet on a hanger, right? We all have that corner of the closet where things go to die. So when my customers are cleaning out their closets or going through things and they're like, well, it's old, it's really vintage, it's probably from the 70s. That when I hear that on the phone, I'm like, please bring it in.
Yes.
I want to see in the flesh on what it is. And it's pieces like those from Old Scully's, which is an amazing Western wear brand. I love them. The old panhandle tops and
Oh,
the
yeah.
wool, like
Well,
absolutely.
you're talking brush poppers as well.
Absolutely. Like
those
the
are authentic.
vintage stripes,
Yeah.
anything bold and vibrant. The more obnoxious the print, the better.
Well,
It's-
if you're going to the California Mid State Fair, 80s is the thing.
Yes,
Uh-huh.
it's
And
a
80s
vibe.
That's
doesn't
what this is
necessarily
about.
have to be, the what do you call those things? The
like your
Leg
bell
warmers
yeah,
and
yeah,
jumpsuits?
it could
Yes,
be the old
exactly.
80s of the Western wear.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
Which
Yes.
which is the old brush poppers,
Yeah.
pointed boots.
Yep.
The
Yep.
the old cowboy hats.
Yep, absolutely.
Spurs, if you will. You have
Absolutely,
Spurs?
we have Spurs.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Yeah.
No, and you know what? That's what originally thought. Me and Eric, we have this awesome new community calendar. We got a grant, and it wasn't cheap, and it's the #1 AI-based community calendar. And so now, instead of having to necessarily submit every event manually, AI pulls it from all of our member websites. So if you're a member with the chamber, if you have a Facebook, Instagram, if you have posted your event anywhere, it automatically pulls the information and puts it to our community calendar. And so Jen had created an event, essentially promoting, wear for the fair, right? And so now it's really neat because this AI calendar kind of gives me leads. In the morning, I see what it pulled. Some of it can be repetitious, so we kind of vet what's on there. And so me and Eric were looking through the new calendar and promoting, fair wear it for the fair. And it's a neat way to kind of interact with members. So that calendar is going to change the game for us because it's essentially going to feed me leads. And the neat thing about it is it'll pull to strictly chamber members. It's going to pull stuff from 805 Ticks. It's going to pull stuff from, we have it set from Santa Maria to San Miguel. And so,
that's on your guys' website.
It's a brand new tool on our website, and it's phenomenal because, like I said, it's going to feed me leads. If you have an event and it goes on my calendar and I see it, man, I'm going to give you a call and see how we can support it. And if you're not a member, you're going to be like, wait a second, how is it on your community calendar? I didn't post it there. And then automatically, all the chamber's already doing something for your business before we even got you in the door.
And Steven, since we're on the memberships, I mean, your membership started at like $325.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's very affordable, and there's so much stuff that comes along with that. Not only your mailers, your networking opportunities, your business growth opportunities, and there's so much stuff that the chamber does for the local businesses as well.
Yeah, connection is a big part of it. We go in, once you have a membership, investment established with us, we really start to look at what is the business need. Who do you need to be connected with? Because the need for the business will always be, more customers, more growth, more capital. But how do you get those things? Well, how are those things obtained? By connections. We all know it's about connection. If your business, if you're a framer, if you're a plumber, let me introduce you to guys who are doing full build outs. If you're a hospitality company and you've got a beautiful space that you want to try to sell out one of your hotels, maybe some of your hotels are doing great, maybe some aren't. You're going to focus as a hospitality group your efforts on the ones that aren't. And so how can we introduce you to wineries who may do a corporate buyout or a yoga retreat out at your hotel? There's ways that we can make connections within our community that will benefit business owners. And at the end of the day, that has to be the real focus. The mixers are fun. They always have been and always will be one of the number one ways the chamber functions. But outside of that, who can I introduce you to? What is the need of the business? Because I know somebody that can help you with it.
That's awesome. So Jen, tell us your hours. Do you sell online too, or is it only in store?
We sell online too.
Okay.
We ship throughout the U.S. and we're closed Sundays and Mondays. So 10 to 5 Tuesday through Friday, and then 10 to 2 on Saturday. This Wednesday I will be closed though. My daughter shows at Mid-State Fair for the first time. We're very excited. And other than that, normal business hours for the fair.
Awesome.
So,
and once again, where are you located and what's your name?
My name's Jenn.
Oh, your business name.
Yeah, behind the barn consignment, Tack and Supply, and we're at the Plaza de Pueblo Shopping Center on El Camino.
Right there at this. If you've gone past Kerberell, you've gone too
Yep,
far.
you got it.
Yeah,
You got
exactly.
it.
Awesome.
Yep, plenty of parking. You can pull in your horse trailer. Yep.
Very cool. And you're
Make
always
it work.
looking for consigners as
Always
well.
looking for consigners. Make sure you follow our page. Sometimes we'll tap our brakes on getting caught up on inventory or redoing some layouts of the store.
There's only one size for a lot of these things. So
Yeah.
it's like, if it's for you, it's for you.
Yeah.
Like the piece is for you. You get it.
Yep.
Because you went in, you tried it on, you're like, dang, this is only one of these in the world. It's my size. I'm here right now. And man, I can afford it.
Yeah.
Right?
So there you have it, man.
Absolutely.
That's what it comes down to.
Absolutely.
But hey, man, tell you what, we all know saddles ain't cheap. And
Absolutely.
I may be getting a $35 jacket, but there's $3,500 saddles in there that are worth twice or triple.
Yeah.
And we know that out of all the sports you can get your kid into, horseback riding ain't the cheapest.
Yeah.
And
It's
so
it's a very
important,
costly
Yeah.
sport.
And that was one of my main reasons to keep and stay in consignment, not retail, is the horse community's always been kind of taboo that it's the 1%er sport, which if
Yeah.
you're in the horse world, cattle industry, it's very expensive. So this is my give back to the culture to keep it affordable as much as we can, even if that means, shopping used. And, there's nothing wrong with it. It's breaking down those barriers.
Very awesome.
So,
Well, guys,
yeah.
thanks for coming in, man.
Thanks, Randy.
I enjoyed having you in finally, Jen.
I know.
Right?
I know.
Stephen, thanks for bringing her in. Thanks for everything that you guys are doing at the chamber. I know you guys are rocking and rolling there in Atascadero. No
Yep.
chamber mixer this month. We're taking the July off.
Yeah, come mix with me at the fair, baby. Come down to Jimmy's.
Absolutely. Yeah. California Mid-State Fair starts today. It's going to be a rockin'. It's going to be a
can't wait.
pistol. It's going to be
I
so
know.
hot.
I know.
Yeah.
So, but everybody, you can go there behind the barn consignment
Yep.
and get your fair attire.
You got it.
Yeah,
Right?
wear it for
Yep.
the fair.
Yep.
What do you call it?
Wear for the fair. Uh-huh. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, right on, guys. Thanks for coming in.
Awesome. Thanks,
And
Randy.
definitely going down there because I got to pick me up one of those shirts.
Right?
Yeah, exactly.
I'll see if Steven
Yeah.
will let me buy that jacket.
That's right, everybody. See you down there.
Awesome, guys. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks.
Well, there you have it, guys. Hey, you guys are needing some attire for the fair. Go check out Behind the Barn Consignments there in Atascadero. And if you're a business, check out the Atascadero Chamber. But as always, guys, we can't do this without you and our sponsors. We'd like to thank Escalar Wine Traveler's Hideaway. Visit Atascadero, 805 Customs, MGP Coatings, 1776 Cooking and Gutters, Premier Ag, Trailer Barn, Story Termite Pest Control, Borehole Auto Center, Kennedy Club Fitness, Angela Hickson Court Photography, Airflow Filter Services, Templeton Heating and Air, and of course, the Atascadero Chamber. Thanks again, guys. We'll see you next time.
Your home is your castle. It keeps you safe when the weather's rough. But if you're not taking care of your roof, things could get a little wild. 1776 Roofing with RoofMax will fix up the rough spots, treat the shingles, and give it years more life at a fraction of what a new roof costs. At TLC, your roof needs now. Call 805-900-1776.
When it comes to comfort, trust the team that's been keeping the North County homes cozy since 1995. At Templeton Heating and Air Conditioning, they're your hometown pros right here in Templeton. From tune-ups to repairs, remodels to new construction, even duct replacements and attic ventilation. They got you covered. Call your neighbors at 805-434-3741. Templeton Heating and Air Conditioning. Local, trusted, dependable.
Hi, I'm Glenn McWilliams.
And I'm Annie. As sixth-generation farmers, we understand what it takes to keep a ranch, a farm, and a community growing strong.
And that
From hay delivery across the county to hands-on support for local youth and ag programs, we're proud to give back to the community that raised us.
and when we say from seed to stable, we mean it. We've walked the fields, we've fed the animals, and now we're here to serve families just like yours.
Come visit us at 1041 Paso Robles Street in Paso Robles and experience the difference of a store built by farmers for farmers.
From seed to store, where quality meets country.
Hi, this is Dave Story, small game hunter with Story Termite and Pest. We're a full-service termite and pest control company. From rodents to termites, we can take care of all your pest control needs. Call today, we can tailor a pest control program that will meet your needs and budget. Contact us at 805-460-0650 or at storytermite.com. Remember, we don't have customers, we have friends.
When you look at your concrete, do you see what it is or what it could be? This is Matt Gifford at MGP Coatings. We don't just cover concrete, we reimagine it. Stronger, cleaner, brighter, and built to last. From garages to commercial spaces, we turn ordinary slabs into stunning, durable surfaces that make every day feel brand new. Give us a call at 805-952-5301. Check out our new website, mgpcoatings.solutions, or check any of our social medias. MGP Coatings, Concrete Reimagined.
Hey, Flow Filter Service serving the North County for all your automotive needs. There, filters, oil filters, batteries, and more. Airflow is the store, located at 1140 Ramada Drive in Paso Robles. If you pass the railroad tracks, you've gone too far.
Atascadero isn't your standard getaway. We're unique, just like you. We're growing, transforming, and figuring it out as we go. We're a town filled with innovators, artists, makers, and game changers. We're a little bit country, a little bit funky, and always authentic. We're here for your good times, your slow times, and your changing times. We're all in Atascadero. Come see for yourself. Learn more at visitatascadero.com.